Hey everyone, welcome back. I hope your week is going really well. I hope it's going as well as mine. Basically, I'm having a really good week in preparation for this weekend's Welsh Hill Climb Championships on the Tumble. By the way, if you're going to be there, I really appreciate your support if you are going to be there. Also, something else, just to point out and to mention that we have something really special going on with Wahoo in Bristol. I'm pretty sure it's not New Dock Cafe. Oh no, Mud Dock Cafe. That's it, Mud Dock Cafe in Bristol on Wednesday. So that's the Wednesday following this video. From 4:30 to 7:30, it's like a come beat the pro type of night. But aside from that, let's get on with this video. As you can see, it's another power lay video. Am I spoiling you with these recently? I probably am. I'm probably going to oversaturate my channel with these things now. but yeah, I thought, being that I was doing a chain gang tonight, well, not tonight, but on the video tonight, I thought it'd be a great idea to share it with you. Bear with me, the clicking in the background, that's just me going back over some power files to share some stuff with you. This chain gang is a chain gang we do very frequently, although not so much in the summer because there's races on during the week. So this is a Wednesday night chain gang that leaves Binya, but it's not a Binya Cycling Club official ride. It's just run through their Facebook group. So a few of us go out and we do this little circuit. It takes about 3 minutes a circuit, and yeah, we average something like 25 mile an hour, 40k an hour, as you can see on the screen. It's a pretty flowing circuit. There's no real sharp corners. You can pretty much pedal through all of them, although some of them are quite busy with traffic coming out on junctions. But being that some of you that are in the club and do these chain gangs watch my videos, I have a feeling you might be able to pick some stuff up from watching this. If not, and you live further away, then I'm sure you can still pick some stuff up from this as well. This chain gang probably lasts around, let me just check for you, lasts around 40 to 45 minutes. All depends on what we usually do. Sometimes we run a format like tonight where we do 10 laps of chain gang and then 2 laps free. In other words, free for all. Yeah, it's just as savage as it sounds. The format tonight though, however, we did have quite varying abilities. So tonight it was just me and these 2 other guys. Phil Tucker was at the front of the minute, who's just in front of this guy. Apologies, I didn't get your name, but he rides for cycle specific, or at least he has cycle specific kit on. So anyway, Phil's a really good triathlete. He went to Kona last year and he competed in the World Champs. That's pretty good for a kind of a self-sufficient triathlete, I guess. He's really strong on the bike. I think that kind of what makes him. But I won't talk about triathlon too much because obviously it's not part of my channel. Moving on, I didn't want to film the whole chain gang because it's not like the first 8 laps, nothing really happens. We just do a chain gang, the group naturally splits as we generally get faster and faster, and then yeah, natural selection is made at the end. So being that there's only 3 of us, what generally happens is, instead of just doing through and off, which is where you come through the pace line and you swing over like right about now, and go back down the pace line, because there's only 3 of us, that doesn't work. So what generally happens is you take a longer turn on the front, anywhere between 20-30 seconds I suppose, and then you swing off and you pretty much get to the back as quick as possible. Then you can start recovering. So that's what we were doing. We were keeping up good pace, good tempo. Every time I was on the front I was kind of doing around 300 watts, possibly a little bit more. My heart rate was very kind of flat tonight, I guess. It didn't really want to rise, which can be a sign that I'm going quite well, or could be a sign that I'm actually quite fatigued. Generally though, it all comes down to how you feel. So if you feel good, then it's generally a sign of form. If you feel crap, it's generally a sign of fatigue. I feel great, so I'm going to take it as a sign of form. So this is the finish straight. You can see it kind of in the top left of the screen, so you'll be able to know where it is when we come around to it next time. But I'm pretty sure this is 2 laps to go, or it might well be, yeah, it's 2 laps to go. So things are getting into that free-for-all kind of that moment now, and you'll tend to see like a lot more kind of sporadic power output, and my heart rate will generally start to increase, and also the speed increases. This is probably the trickiest corner on the whole course, just because of the bumps on the hair, or on the apex of it. Just makes it a little bit awkward sweeping round. I did a little session this morning actually, and the little session was just 45 minutes with one 10-minute effort at 375 watts, which is like kind of 20 watts above threshold. And then I did one 1-minute effort at I think it was 500 watts or 520. Just a little bit of a pre-fatiguer before this chain gang. This chain gang is more of like a cherry on the cake type of thing, because since Wednesday night I've been recovering. So up until Saturday when I do my usual kind of day before ride or pre-race ride. So as you can still see, we are still taking turns with like, this might well be the last lap actually. I think it is. This is the last lap, and I find myself in a position where we're coming up to like maybe a K to go, as you can see on the map, and I'm sat second wheel. The guy in front of me is starting to struggle now. His cadence is starting to slow. I end up coming through, and Phil is now on my wheel. Phil, although he's a triathlete, he's got a really big sprint on him, hence the massive calves. Yes, Phil, we all know about your massive calves. And then we come through here, then it's kind of slightly downhill to the last corner, and because I find myself on the front, it's like, I don't want to be here, I'll swing off. So as I swing off, I don't really expect Phil to come through, but he does. So at this minute in time, I'm like, perfect, because I don't want to be leading it out. But sitting on the back also means I'm gambling with this guy in front of me, because I'm not really sure how well he goes. So this is my first mistake. I don't know how well this guy goes. And as you can see coming here, I don't know if you can see around the guy, but Phil is kicked. There goes his flashing light. A car's come round us at this point and turned left on us. Phil actually manages to get on the back of the car. He's not really close to it, but he's getting enough of a draft. Meanwhile, the guy in front of me starts to die. As you can see, my power goes up as I sprint around him. I sit down for a second. I'm getting nowhere near Phil because that car keeps dragging him away. But it's still a really good sprint for me, or at least what I'm used to. It's a really good sprint, and I still get quite a lot out of it. So in terms of positioning, I get that all wrong. I don't know whether I'd be able to catch Phil. I mean, he'd had like 2 bike lengths by the time I'd gone, so probably not. So chapeau to Phil. But yeah, give the video a thumbs up. I know you like these power overlay videos. I'm going to do a lot more of them soon, but obviously we have the Welsh Hill Climb Champs on the weekend. I'd really appreciate your support, and you'll hear more from me then.